Hello and welcome to Chapter Skip. I'm Sean.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Joe.
And I'm Mark.
And welcome along to the podcast, Volume 23. Those that listened last week, which doesn't include Chud, so he doesn't know what went on, but he's back again this week. Hey! And last week I kind of stood in for you with regards to the Raid 2 review, because we spoke at the pub.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome, and I loved it better than the first movie, so we kind of talked about that.
That's the impression you do of me when I'm not around.
Sounds just like
Occasionally.
you. Sounded just like you.
It depends how I'm feeling. Sometimes it's like this.
Hey!
I'm Shurikens.
Pardon me.
Anyway, speaking of homework, myself, Mark and Joe, we were here last week and we each set each other homework. I didn't do mine last week, and spoiler alert, I didn't do mine again this week. I'm really lacking, aren't I?
Joe, what was
You guys are going to kick me out soon, aren't you?
Mine was to watch 22 Jump Street.
Did you do your homework?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Wow! Joe actually did his homework and I didn't.
I think you're catching up with me.
I think, yeah, the amount of homework's done and not done.
Yeah.
Well,
You're catching up.
I did say I might go and watch Expendables 3. I didn't. I watched something else instead. I went and watched Lucy instead, so technically I haven't done mine either.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd rather
I'm
hear
the
you
only one who
guys.
has.
It's because I was away for 1 week and it's fallen to
I'm
fun.
the only one who has.
We need you here to whip us into shape, Chuddy.
Apparently so.
Yeah, we didn't have any lists either. I noticed you got a little scrumpled up envelope there. You're going to give us a list later on. And Mark's got a couple of stories he wants to talk about. I'm sure it's going to involve hurting animals or finding strange animals.
Hurting animals? When have I hurt an animal?
You threw a jug at a cat.
It was an accident. The jug broke.
And then you found a bat and got some leeches as a mohawk.
I didn't hurt them. Leeches as a mohawk.
Yeah. And I will be talking about probably penises in an odd story that we got later.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
got
just
to keep
an
it
average
crude.
Chapter Skip
Got to keep it crude.
podcast. You
Always
know
for
how it
Armstrong for a
is.
good genital story.
Gotta keep it crude.
So,
Like 3 minutes into the podcast and penises have all.
Should we go with Joe's homework then? 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
I'm the only one who done it.
well, I was just going to say, we normally go through all the social media things at the end. If people listen in and then tune out, they won't hear those things at the end. So if we put it at the beginning, like, follow us on Twitter @ChapterSkip, like us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/ChapterSkip, email us at chapterskip@gmail.com, and subscribe to our Chapter Skip channel and the podcast channel, and you can interact with us with regards to the podcast or any movies you've seen or any recommendations you'd like to throw at us if we can be bothered to watch them. / get around to watching them. It was a bank holiday weekend, you know, I was kind of off doing other things, watching movies that weren't movies set for homework. But we'll get into that very soon. So Joe, 22 Jump Street.
Has everybody here seen it or not?
I've seen the first one. I can't remember. Talk about it and I'll see.
That's not 22 Jump Street. That's 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
I think you guys have seen it, yeah?
Yeah, well, I did a quick review on it, and Mark mentioned last
Yeah.
week that he actually quite enjoyed it, which was really strange.
Well, that's what I'm going to say as well. I really enjoyed it. I loved that it took the piss, like you were saying when you was telling me them little bits last week when you was talking about it. I like that it took the piss out of itself.
Yeah.
And it explained, it didn't like, you know, no here's and graces or whatever. It was just like, yeah, you're going to have opposite roles this time and things like that. And it's just like, isn't it a coincidence that the church is the other side of the church and all that sort of stuff? What you said last week and that, you know, when the
22 Jump Street happens to be an abandoned church over the road from 21 Jump Street.
That's it. Yeah. And stuff. I just liked all them little silly things where it set it up. Absolutely brilliant. Same sort of story and plot as they said. Sort of things, it's the same thing again.
Yeah, but the thing is, they got away with doing the same thing because they said they were pretty much doing the same thing.
That's what I mean. It was hilarious. It was really good, and I thought it was really well done. There's some fucking really funny bits. I just love like what's in the advert with the whole I'm getting in my zone, stop talking. And he's like, hey, Esthe, how you doing, Esthe? And he's like, the Mexican guy, the other guy sounds like Borat. He's like, yes, I like you. And I'm dead. And then the octopus grabbing his face. I was like, oh, that's funny. And it's just like, it inked all over me. No, I really enjoyed it. And I loved all the bits at the end were like 22 Jump Street, 23, 24, 25, or whatever it was, all there. And then like Seth Rogen was Jonah Hill on one of them and stuff like that. It's just like, what the fuck? He's like,
You get like 33 Jump Street Dance Academy or whatever.
and just silly things, and like because I'm a fan of NWA, and the little things there is like, oh look, his office looks like a giant ice cube, and then his missus says, I'm from straight out of Compton, but he's from wherever, and I was just like, yeah, little references to NWA and stuff like that. No, overall, really good film. If you people out there have seen 21 Jump Street, definitely watch 22 Jump Street. I'm sure you'd enjoy it. So yeah, that's my homework, and yeah.
Well, that's pretty much what I said in my 22 Jump Street quick review. It's like, if you like the first one, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to like the second one. You know, if you didn't like the first one, it's not your kind of comedy.
No.
You're probably not going to like this one because it's pretty much the same thing.
But like I said, I like that they set it up and they tell you, you know, you're not going in like, oh god, it's the same thing again. They set it up, you know. It's
it's the same thing, but different.
Yeah,
but it's the same.
I just loved I loved also that he had a bromance and he was all upset, Jonah Hill, with that football player. I thought it was fucking hilarious. The proper bromance.
Well, like the love triangle.
And the finishing words off and stuff with each other. Oh my god. And then the two black twin brothers who just talk and do the same things. And they're like, oh yeah. And it's like, yeah, we're like that, we're brothers, we're like that. And they're like, fish, whatever comes in my head first, sandwich. Yeah. It's just like, what? It's just like,
same, you owe me a soda.
Jinx, bro. Yeah,
Jinx, you owe me a soda. Oh man.
Who do I kill first? Shoot him. Oh man, we're doing it again. It's just like, shut up! That was great. Brilliant. Chad, watch it. It's good.
Okay.
Really good.
Before we move on to the disappointment that is Mark and Sean, do you want to give any final words without me putting anything into your mouth?
Yeah. I'm going to rate. That's for later. That's for later. We can't be too crude yet. It's too early.
Yeah. So you watched The Raid 2 like a couple of weeks ago, and you couldn't be here last week. Is there anything you want to say additionally to what we've already mentioned, or just it's pretty good?
It's a good film.
I love the first one, and at the time I thought this has got to be one of the best martial arts films I've seen. Until I saw the second one, and I was like, that's even better.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, you pretty much covered everything.
It's a long film though, isn't it? Because I had to do it for my homework.
I didn't feel like it was that. I thought it was a good length.
Well, it's quite a long film, I did.
That kitchen fight scene was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Did you enjoy like what I was like? Because like I've done it for home. I don't know if he was here that time when I did it for home. I don't think he was he?
I don't know. We've talked about The Raid 2 quite a few times. I think like you watched it once, then I watched it separately, and then Joe watched it, and then Chud's watched it. So we've reviewed it about 4 different times, and it's all the same review.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
We thought the mud scene was great in the jail. Did you enjoy that?
Oh yeah.
Just the choreography is so good.
I kind of thought at the beginning, I thought, it's all going to be set in the prison. I was kind of glad it wasn't actually in the end.
And Hammer Girl and
what do you think of them? They're amazing. There's some good badasses.
I don't know if any of you follow Gareth Evans, isn't it?
Gareth Evans.
If you follow him on Twitter, he's a bit pissed off just lately because he's doing the edited for TV version, and I think there was a bit he had to take out. There's a telly in the background showing some porn, and they had to take that out. And he said on close for inspection, all it was the assistant director just like rubbing his arm with his hand. It looked like a hand on a cock, I guess. But he's doing that.
What would that movie be like, edited for TV? Would it just be like, hey, I'm in a prison? Oh, it's the end.
Yeah.
Just cut the whole thing.
We got to overdub language. They have to do like I think most films are contracted to do a clean TV or an airline version, something like that. But
they probably have that really cool camera shot that goes through the car.
Yeah. I'll have to find a thing to show you how they did it. Because he's now tweeting they're doing some VFX, how they done certain things. We wouldn't know there was digital effects, and he's just started tweeting them. He's been putting them on. Where's my notes? A site called MobyPicture.com. But if you follow Gareth Evans on Twitter, you'll see the links on there because there's stuff like when Rama comes out of the prison.
Yeah.
And he got an overhead shot and he walks out, and I think there was a van or something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that van's not even fucking real. There was nothing there. It's a visual effect. No, what?
Amazing.
And there was another one. He showed like the shot they'd done of a car driving down the road and then coming towards the camera, and it was just like a normal street. And then it done the little wipe. Here's the VFX, and it was all run down, dilapidated buildings. I'm like, oh fuck! They wouldn't even know it was a visual effect. Which to me is how are you supposed to use VFX? So they're subtle, and you don't even realise when you're watching it.
So you're saying about the VFX, but there's a lot of like good sort of, I guess, low budget kind of practical effects, like you were mentioning with that car scene. There's a GIF online, or a GIF, I'm not sure what people like to call it. GIF.
We know the bloke says they're called GIF, but everyone else is like, fuck off, it's spelled GIF.
I'll say GIF.
GIF.
Yeah.
And it shows the actual footage above it, and then below it shows how they filmed it.
Yeah, right.
And actually, you linked me. What you
I don't remember saying it above and below, did it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's obviously sort of in the real time. It shows you what the outcome was, and then how they did it. There's a particular scene where one car is going by another car, and then it kind of goes. The camera goes into the car, past the actor, and the actor sort of shoots out, and then the camera goes outside of the car and sort of follows the car along.
Through
You're
the
like,
passenger seat, into the back of the car and out the back window.
yeah, and it just goes to show how incredible it was done, because there was a cameraman hidden as the car seat, and you're like, that is absolutely
a cameraman
genius.
in the back of a truck who's filming from outside. He passes the camera to the guy disguised as a seat.
Yeah, because he obviously passes it past the seat, and then the guy...
And that guy takes it, then the guy who's dressed as a seat films the actor, passes it through the back of the car where you've got a rig built on the side of the car where there's a guy laying down.
You linked on it,
It's really, really good.
If I can find the link, I'll put it in the description. It's absolutely amazing. It's like, a 30-second little GIF, and you just like, what the hell? And you watch it like 4 or 5 times, just going around. You're like, okay, that's a guy. He's dressed as a seat. What's he? Oh, he's passing. He's going to drop. Oh, there's a guy outside the car, just chilling on the side of the car. He picks up the camera and does the rest.
I'll do the same with the
amazing
VFX ones. If I remember, I'll send you some links and then we can try and put them in.
I love them sort of effects, them sort of just getting around it. I love things. How
proper
can we get
low
around
budget.
it? How can we get around it?
That's what I liked with these VFX things, because it's stuff you wouldn't know it was a visual effect. It's subtle.
With CGI, when there's too much of it, I'm just like, it's just shit. It's too much of it. When they use it, like you said, it just works and it's just more effective.
Either way, the film was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Still my number one film.
I wonder what the edited version would be like. Would he have like a plastic kid's bat, the baseball man?
They'd have to cut away.
And she'd have some Nerf guns instead of hammers.
It just cut before any
water pistols.
When they are beating the shit out, they really are fucking hitting each other. Surely they'd have to keep cutting away.
So you'd be like, he's going to go to hammer, and now they're drinking some tea.
Or it'd just be a shot of like,
And now they're back again.
somebody just sitting there and just hearing the background.
And then a subtitle come up, some words come up, it's like, they are drinking tea and playing cards.
2 minutes later and everyone's just lying on the floor.
2 minutes later.
Well, it's like the Samuel L. Jackson thing, isn't it, for Snakes on the Plane, where he done the whole monkey fighting snakes off his Monday to Friday plane.
And Die Hard, wasn't it?
But he intentionally does it stupid just for his own music.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother, what was it?
Yippee-ki-yay, Merry Christmas. I just thought it was quite genius, to be fair.
Brilliant. But yeah, awesome.
Excellent stuff. Mark, last week we sort of said we were talking about Expendables 3, and you're a bit like, I might go and watch
I
it.
had a bit of nostalgia because Expendables 2 was our first ever chapter skip full movie review with a twist.
Yeah.
I'll do the little twist. And I was like, kind of nostalgic. I might go and see Expendables 3 rather. I'm not going to watch Expendables 2.
Let's go back and watch number 2. Oh, God.
Me and Amy were thinking, what's at the cinema? We want to go and see Sin City, and we quite fancied seeing Lucy. Lucy was a bit of a better time frame for what because we had obviously pass the kids off to someone for a few hours so we can go watch a film, and Lucy was at a better time. Then I remembered, Expendables 3. Nah, fuck that. So
then you remembered it is Expendables 3 and thought,
we'll go and watch Lucy instead.
Yeah. So we've kind of transposed your homework from Expendables 3 to Lucy. You can get away with that. I'm not sure how I can get away with it.
You've seen Lucy as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I went on Friday to watch Lucy.
What did you think? Because I've got slightly mixed opinions.
Yeah, I've definitely got mixed opinions. I thought it was good. Upon thinking of it, there were problems, but then thinking of it some more, I liked it again. Like, there was the opening, probably the first 10-15 minutes was amazing. Like the juxtaposition between certain shots. I'm trying not to give too much away.
I like the clever inserts where she's gone into
that's what I'm talking about.
She's gone in the hotel and then it suddenly does like a shot of like a gazelle and then you see some cheetahs come
I really liked all that
symbolising
stuff.
her being...
There was a lot of like macro, real tight close-up shots, and I thought that was really good. You don't often see that lot in sort of big budget Hollywood movies. I like that the main female protagonist, is a female.
You just liked that it was Scarlett Johansson.
I did.
And she's in her bra at one point.
Yeah, I do. So, if there's any red-blooded males out there that like Scarlett Johansson, there's a reason enough to go and watch Lucy. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't like it, but then I loved it. And then it was a bit like, I'm not really sure what to think.
I thought, it started strong, and I liked how the beginning was, and it just sort of fizzled a bit. I think it got a little bit lost somewhere. It needed... I don't know if it was a bit more dialogue or something. Some bits were kind of like I didn't see the point in that. I really like Morgan Freeman, but he just kind of, I think he just plays Morgan Freeman in films
he was
now.
just like, I'm Morgan Freeman, and I'm a lecturer.
Well, I don't understand this science, but she's doing some crazy shit with her brain. Listen to my liquid molasses.
Was he a monologue while she was doing all that?
He was kind of like exposition, but not in a dumb exposition way. It was like, here, I'm giving this lecture, and when a human has 10% capacity in their brain, they have normal bodily functions.
This is on the adverts, none of that sort
And it's like, when you reach about 20% capacity in your brain, blah, blah, blah,
The problem with that is,
I'm Morgan
it's not
Freeman.
actually true.
No,
We use
it's
more than
bullshit,
10% of our
mate.
brains, but anyway.
It did look good, and I don't know if personally, I don't know myself, I don't know if I'd want to go to the cinema and watch it.
It was
I don't
good,
know if
but
it's
it
that sort of
just-
film I'd want to go and sit
Like when she's on the plane and she starts destabilising, did other people see her doing that? Because no one was like, they were like, she runs into the toilet on the plane, and there was the guy's like, bang the door, miss, are you okay? And I'm thinking, did you not see like her flaking to bits? No one was bothered.
The
Did they
guy
see that or
opposite
not?
did see it, but
Yeah,
I think it was a bit like, I don't know if I'm just like seeing things or
But then
whether
surely
it's
everyone
more-
else saw that. No one
Maybe
had
it's
seen-
more of like a metaphorical thing. I assume
It was,
like
it was one of those moments, so for me, I didn't know if it's one of those things that only she could see.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's kind of happening to her. That's what she sees, and the guy opposite just kind of sees this girl freaking out, just be like, "Ah!"
But to me, it didn't play it as if it was only something she could see.
She's mashed, had too many,
so
too many champagne.
I'm just sitting there thinking, wow, did they not notice all these dust particles coming off this woman? And they're just going, you're alright.
yeah.
Not, there's bits of you.
So you both feel it could have been better, really. You
I
both
felt,
don't seem like it's, you're not like, it's amazing.
There were definitely like amazing parts in it, but yeah, it's just that thing. It's
the
a
bit
bit
of the
like
trailer which makes everyone go to sleep.
yeah,
was quite
it's
cool,
just,
but
I
then-
think there's two handfuls of like great moments in it, but then it's a bit like I'm not really sure.
Like, what was the
The
plot?
fight
Was the
thing where the
plot
guys
brilliant or
floating
not really?
didn't quite work. It looked a little bit too cartoony, but I'm like, I'm flailing in
Was
the air.
was the plot itself alright?
It was good, but it was just Choi Man-sik, who obviously was Odesu in the original Old Boy. Fucking brilliant actor, loved the guy.
I thought I recognised him. He didn't have his crazy hair.
It was a bit underused. He was good at the start, and then they kind of done that thing where she just wounded him rather than killed him, so he could come back later. But he didn't really do a lot as such.
Yeah, but
know
I
he
guess
was
it
there
has to
to-
like focus on her. If it spends too much time away from her, it's a bit like the movie's called Lucy. Why are we concentrating on this guy? You know.
But other things I did like the whole Lucy, the first woman, and the
Yeah,
whole thing. Like,
that was weird.
did she actually create life?
Yeah.
You know, was she actually responsible for the Big Bang and all this kind of?
It's
quite
hard to
like-
really talk about it in depth because I don't want to give too much away for the people listening, and of course to Joe and Chad, I don't want to spoil it because I think you guys will enjoy it. There's a lot of like decent acting in it.
I don't know if I'd go to the cinema. Would it be that sort of film?
Oh
Would you be interested in?
I'd see anything. Else.
It was good. It was just there was something lacking in there somewhere, but I can't.
Boots.
Yeah, she didn't actually
Probably,
get
yeah.
her bra off.
There
that's
was
probably
one of those things I can't quite say what it was that was not quite right with it.
Maybe she got
Yeah,
naked.
it's hard to put your finger on it, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's not like
a
the
bit
acting
like.
was bad or the score was bad or the cinematography was bad. Although everything in
In
it
fact, the
was good.
score I thought was amazing. Like it was one of them things that you notice it, but you don't notice it overwhelmingly. And when it finishes, there's like a song playing. I can't remember what it was. I think it's by Damon Albarn or something.
Lucy,
I was like,
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds by the Beatles.
no. Yeah, I thought like everything was
All
really
the-
good. The CGI was really good.
Everything
The acting was really
separately
good.
was good, but when it came together, there was something that didn't quite mesh.
It just maybe they needed to take it in a slightly different direction, but then it wouldn't have been the movie that it was. So.
I mean, like, again, I don't want to do too many spoilers, but at the end, God, that took him a long time to walk up to with that fucking gun. It was
always does though,
80%.
doesn't it?
Like, just shoot from the doorway.
Nobody ever does that in
I know, it was
movies.
so-
It builds suspense.
Is it doing well at the cinema, at the box office?
Apparently it is. It's outdone Expendables, which
that's not hard though, is it?
even though Expendables is like a proven, and I say that very loosely, a proven franchise, which apparently only made about 30 million domestically, which is the US. Lucy sailed past it with 113 million in the States.
But I guess
and
the fans you've got like Scarlett Johansson attached. The people from genre cinema are going to know like Luke Besson and Choi Man-sik.
They're going to like Morgan Freeman.
They,
as well.
if they just showed the trailer of her in her underwear, they would have doubled up.
Yeah.
You'll see this woman in a bra.
yeah, Scarlett Johansson, bra, go watch.
In a bra.
August, cinema.
And then have it narrated by Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman.
Narrated by Sam Jackson.
There is that.
Fucking boob.
Yeah.
Talking about
Let's have Morgan Freeman going, you'll see her boob meat in her bra.
Well,
wobbly bits.
yeah, a lot of people sort of saying, yeah, it's done pretty well. How about a sequel? Apparently, Luc Besson says a Lucy 2 is very unlikely.
Yeah.
I think he's the kind of guy that's a bit like, yeah, I've done that. I want to move on to something else. Like, people would probably clamber to see a Fifth Element sequel,
Yeah.
or maybe a Leon the Professional. Yeah. But he's a bit like, that's my story. I've told it. I don't need to go back and change things.
Yeah.
The only thing he's done sequels to was Taxi, I think. I can't think of anything else he's done a sequel to.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh wait, who did District 13? Was that him? The parkour one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Because then they done a sequel to that, didn't they? Done District 13, Ultimatum.
It may have been. That was a French one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I might just be stereotyping because he's French. That film's French, he's French. I bet he fucking directed it.
Oh god.
I've got a feeling he did.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be making a sequel, but
Nah.
would you go and watch a sequel if it came out? If it had Scarlett Johansson in it? In a bar?
Yeah. I think the first one.
Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
narrating it?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd... Oh, it's a tough
I'd definitely
one.
watch it
I don't
because I'd
think
be
it needs
intrigued.
Yeah, part of me would want to, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't think it needs a sequel.
No, I think
It
that's
was a
probably what Luc
standalone
Besson is a bit
story.
like,
Yeah.
here I told the story, and here's what happened, and here's how it
In my
ended.
mind, it just needs a director's cut with some extra stuff. It's like, there's just something about it that didn't quite
That's
connect.
the thing. Yeah, I was walking out the cinema and I was like, I think this movie could be too intelligent for me. You know, you watch some movies and they're a bit like, here's an underlining theme, this means this. And I'm thinking, was there a lot of that in that? And I just don't get it. That's why I'm feeling so sort of separate from it.
You probably have to watch it again. It's one of them.
Yeah, watch it again,
I was thinking that myself,
or
but
do
I need to see it
like
again.
an
I'll have that
IMDb
with
trivia
films.
thing.
I'm just like, what went on? I don't know what went on. I've got to watch it
Usually,
again.
with
Then
the
you
quality
get-
of films I watch, I don't have that problem.
No, it's like crab monster attacks the city, they blow it up. Yeah.
Right. Just from the title, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Don't diss Attack of the Crab Monsters.
So yeah,
Porn, I know what's going on.
I think there's underlining themes that I didn't quite get on the first viewing, and I think maybe checking out IMDb, the movie trivia and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's a
that,
good
I
idea.
think I might then understand it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'll definitely watch it again when it comes out on DVD just to kind of get it back into my brain and see Scarlett Johansson kick some butt and get groped a little.
I think, for me, there was that scene I mentioned where the guys are levitating, because it was one of those... First
It's in
I
the
thought-
trailer, isn't it?
Oh, right, maybe,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, because I was thinking, if it goes into a fight scene, that would sort of be cool, but unnecessary. She doesn't need to do that. And then it didn't go into a fight scene. But in my brain, I wanted it like... Chad, I think you've seen Akira, haven't you? The anime.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was
haven't
thinking
seen it, but I know what you mean.
When Tetsuo first breaks out of his room, and the doctor's and some guards go rushing down the corridor where he is, and his doors all burst open, and he's leaning on the floor, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're right!" And suddenly the lights go dim, and they just get splattered all over the walls. When the lights come back on, and there's just gore and bits everywhere. I was kind of hoping she was going to do something like that, just explode them, and it was like, yeah, they're floating and they're flailing a little bit. It was a little bit, I don't know, it felt a little bit cartoony. You've got all them powers that can do anything almost, and you've just gone float. It's a bit,
Yeah, but it's easier, isn't it? Like, I think...
Yeah, but then she could have made him fall asleep again. I know you'd be seeing the same trick again,
Yeah.
which is the problem with that. But,
But like as she progressed, her brain got more
Yeah.
capacity, and it's a bit like she could do different things. So it's probably a case of I'll just do that. I don't really want to resort to violence because I don't have to. You know.
I don't know, just the floating with them like flailing their arms around it. Just you could have just frozen.
What would you do though?
You just freeze them
Somebody
solid
start
or-
floating, you'd be like, ah, come back.
And like I said, leaving that certain person alive who got stabbed in the hands was a bit. You've killed everyone else in that building. You've left that one person who you know is going to come after you, or you left them alive because of plot. It's a bit, you know.
Bit boring movie if it all ended there.
Yeah, I know, but no, she still would have carried on and done the whole. Still needed to get all the drugs and things, but it was a bit plot convenience.
What the fuck?
Oh. Joe's phone's having a spastic attack.
What are you doing there, Joe? Are we boring you?
No, I just-
Yeah, I've not seen
I
this
just
film,
keep
shut
getting
the fuck
100 Just keep getting 100 messages.
So my homework last week was to watch a movie that you started explaining to us called Dororo.
Yeah, I think Chud might have seen that one.
I don't think so.
That was one that I'd taken to work at one point.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked up was it?
Oh, not very. No.
Well, that's probably why I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Mark explained it to me last week, and I thought it sounded like a good idea. So it was set for homework, but due to going to the cinema to watch movies or spending a bank holiday weekend, not really, kind of thinking about chapter skip and just being like, right, okay, I'm not at work, I can kind of relax and chill out and go to car boots and get bargains, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. So I didn't get around to watching Dororo, but I did watch Lucy, and I watched a movie that you said was a decent sequel last week. The Purge, Anarchy.
Oh, right, yes.
I got around to watching that, and I agree with you. It was much, much better than the first movie.
I watched that as well.
What the first movie should have been.
Yeah, completely different to what the first movie was, and completely what it should have been.
Yeah.
Although I think I actually liked it more than you did.
Oh, right.
I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was a lot better than the first one.
I thought it was
Really
like
good.
a decent sort of low budget kind of good idea movie that seemed to follow the way it should have in the first movie, if that makes sense.
I think my main fault was that plot convenience of all these groups it was following all coming together at this bit.
But I think
I
if
know
they
it had to
hadn't,
do it, but-
if they hadn't, it would have been like kind of messy.
Yeah.
You'd have been like, oh, what's happening here?
Yeah,
Oh, all right, something's going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's cut over to here.
I understand why it did that. It was only a 90-minute film, which is why to me series would be better.
See, my only criticism would have been the dad who sort of sells himself off to be purged by these rich people. It never went there afterwards, and I was like, surely it's going to come back to that. Surely that's got to be a main thing. They might go and rescue him, or the house that they're going to go to happened to be this house.
I think that was the same house. I think that was the same house.
Was it?
I think it was.
I think it was supposed to be a separate group of rich people.
was it?
that were, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like,
They wouldn't need to send people out hunting.
Yeah, it kind of never followed up on that. And I was like, that's where I think it could have benefited from a standalone series, like you were saying. Maybe, episode 1 could set up the whole Purge thing. Episode 2 focuses on the main guy.
But to me, episode 1 and 2 would be setting up all the different characters.
Yeah.
And the Purge wouldn't start till, say, the end of episode 2 is when the Purge starts. So you get 1 and 2 to set some backstory. Who's the people that are going to be hiding and barricading in, people that are going to go out killing. And
it wouldn't surprise me in the future if they don't do something like that.
Yeah, well, they keep taking sort of decent movie franchises and turning them into series.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It would work really well.
Yeah, I'd be happy to watch it. Like you say, set up the different kind of things and maybe venture off into the world of the rich, snooty people that don't want to go out there and get their hands dirty, but they'll just flash some cash and be like, right, it's the Purge. Do you fancy coming and we'll just, slaughter you?
You'd see both sides, I think. You'd see both sides.
What I'd want to see, do people fly into the country so they can take part in the Purge? Is that allowed? Or what about, the law enforcement where they're like, right, we've got 5 minutes to put... I mean, presumably they get to knock off early because like, fuck, I want to get home and barricade in, I've got to look after my family. Or are they like, right, time's up, let's go out there and fucking get people,
Because the only character from both series was the black guy, wasn't he? The one who caught him in the end. Did you know that? I don't want to say his name. So I don't know if his character was called Dwayne or something like that.
What, the guy who's in the first film?
He was in both of them. He was in the second as well.
Second?
Yeah. What he does when he pulls his mask off and he says, "I'm doing this for the cash," he says.
I didn't think
and the rich people give him the cash. Same bloke, same character as well.
Okay.
He's from the first one because I just read the trivia, so that's how I know.
Didn't even realise.
But yeah, no, he says, "I'll just do it for the cash. I'm not going to kill you." When he just drops them off to the rich people, and then he goes, he gets his money, what a money.
The guy that had the Joey Jordison mask with
and you see your face. He's the only one who pulls his face up. He's from the original. He's the one who he says, "Help me out" when he's running.
Didn't realise it was
that's
the original.
That's the same guy. Yeah.
It was completely different though, wasn't it? It wasn't as if he kept the same character, so I don't think they really needed it.
I don't know, but it
could have been anyone, couldn't it?
Yeah. I was just reading on the trivia. If you read the trivia, it says.
To me, that's kind of lessened it a bit.
It's a bit shit now, isn't it? Thanks for ruining the Purge too.
No, it's not me, it's a trivia. It's a trivia, I read the trivia.
Fuck you, trivia.
Yeah.
You did so well doing your homework as well.
Now you've ruined it. Now we're going to stop the podcast and we're going to go home.
Yeah. Well, he ruined it.
No, you ruined it.
No, it's his fault.
He was fine in the movie.
It's trivia.
He was just doing it for the cash. We don't get paid to do this.
Yeah, you're just doing it out of spite. I know what'll annoy Mark.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It's just saying us, I don't know, because he's a good guy, obviously, in the first one, isn't he?
I can't even remember the first one.
You don't know. You don't know why he's running away.
He just needs help. Yeah, it's just true, I suppose. Yeah, because he needs help, don't he? They let him in, don't they?
Yeah, I've kind of wiped that whole first movie from my memory and thought, if this movie was the first movie, brilliant. Yeah. You're off to a good start, and they could develop it into That's
why they show his face because you know, he's from the first one, and like you said, he didn't have a backstory really in the first one. You don't know what he's
To
running
me, that
from.
doesn't.
He's probably doing that at the start. He was probably doing that and fucking people
To me,
off,
it
you
didn't
know?
even need that. To me,
No.
it was just some.
I think it was just a little thing to put in there, sort of thing.
Although I'd quite happily pick this one up on DVD.
And it was cool that the family, the daughter of I don't want to say if they was Mexican. I don't know if they were Mexican. I don't know what Latino was.
I'm so scared of being racist now. Also.
I don't know. I just don't want to be racist. Just you know. But she's English. She's an English actress. She used to present children's TV lit programs in the 90s.
Oh right, okay.
That girl did, yeah. She's obviously got
Any more trivia?
Got a career.
How much did it make at the box office?
I've got one question to ask you, Joe, 'cause it's getting dark in here. I don't know if I can read my notes. Have you put any lights in your bulbs in your lights yet?
No.
Okay.
God damn it.
I'm gonna have to really print up my notes.
They got your phone on you.
I'm not doing it by the light of a phone. It's alright.
Unless you actually open that door and turn
No,
the
that's
light
right.
on. No, because
I'll manage. I've eaten carrots. The eyesight's good.
my dog's outside, so just open the door and turn the light on.
Alright. It's okay.
Suffer in the dark.
Come on, squint. So yeah, in final thoughts, The Purge, Anarchy, decent movie, definitely better than the first movie, and has potential to go a little bit further if it's a TV show or as another sequel. You know, a bit further in the future. Maybe they've extended The Purge to 24 hours. I'm not quite sure. You know, there's a multitude of ways that they can go. I guess.
I feel sorry for the emergency services in the mornings, though, like the fire brigades and all this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, we got to go out and put all this
Just
shit
wake
out
up
and-
at 7 o'clock on Purge.
Presumably, you just
Boxing
stay
Day
in the
Purge.
fire station. We'll keep in the fire station. No one's going to do anything with the fire station.
Yeah.
You'd hope. God, your phone's going to... Saying about TV series, that this would make one, I watched... have you heard of one called 100, or was it The 100?
Was it a movie or a TV
It's
show?
just a TV series.
No,
It's
I've not
13
heard of it.
episodes. It's like a sci-fi... Oh, we're all sitting here twiddling our beards. I'm going to stop. There's a sci-fi thing. We've like fucked up the Earth with atomic wars and shit like that. People are living in space station above the Earth, and to see if it's safe, they send 100. There's these kids in prison. They send them all down to Earth to see if it's okay.
Rings a bell, yeah.
The reason they're all teenagers is because if over the age of 18, if you commit a crime, you're just spacewalk. Sorry, blasted out the doors. It made me feel old watching it because it was like, I'm not the audience for this. I only watched one episode. I know people say you should watch 2 or 3 and get a grip on the series, but I mean, if it don't grab me on the first one, and this didn't, it was a TV series for the Hunger Games generation for me. It was like, nah, didn't go anywhere. And the whole end was, we're not alone. No fucking kidding. Wow, that was your twist at the end of the first episode. That didn't work for me. It made me feel old because I'm like, they're all these kids, and I think they're the target audience of this program.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's a TV series at the minute. What Stephen King is from a Stephen King book, so Under the Dome or something. It's called.
I've read the book, but I've heard mixed about
I've
the
heard
series.
it's supposed to be quite good.
I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes.
You didn't get into it, or you?
Well, it was okay to start with,
Yeah.
but then it really petered out, and it was just
because it don't explain.
it
Does
didn't
it?
really go anywhere, and I got bored of it and stopped watching
It
it.
doesn't explain that, does it? Or something like the Under the Dome or whatever.
No,
don't explain
it's
the whole-
like
Well, they
a
don't know
town
what...
have just been encapsulated
Yeah.
in a dome, and they don't know why.
Do you want me to tell you what it was in the book?
Yeah, go on.
They think it was aliens, but the equivalent of like children. So the same as a kid would go out and like burn an ant with a magnifying glass. These were like children aliens that are just like, oh, let's do this and see what happens to them. That was the theory in the book.
I wonder if that was a reference to that Stephen King book.
Spoiler, by the way.
In the
Book spoiler.
Spoiler.
In the Simpsons movie, they get put in a dome, don't they? I wonder if that was a.
His inspiration was like, no, he didn't.
That was a
The
reference
Simpsons
to that.
movie was before the book came out.
Was it?
Yeah, the book's only 3 or 4
Oh,
years
right.
old.
I thought it was.
Oh, Stephen King ripped off
Ripping
The
off
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simpsons did it.
Yeah. Simpsons did it. Simpsons already did it.
Now you mentioned Stephen King. I went to the Skylark car boot this past Sunday, and I
he
picked
was there.
up. Yeah, he was there, just signing, giving away books and stuff.
You reversed over in the
please
guitar
take
a few
my-
times.
Please take my book, please.
I've got this shit book called Under the Dome. I ripped it off Simpsons. Anyone want it? I'll even sign it for you. No, he wasn't there, unfortunately, because, well, it would have been great, because my girlfriend is a massive Stephen King book fan, so she'd have been like, give me them all! And my car would have just been like full up with Stephen King books on the way home. It would have been like, oh, I got like every book twice with signatures and stuff. But we picked up a couple of DVDs. One I tweeted to you, Mark, which was Punisher Warzone, which isn't a Stephen King book.
No.
Another one was...
It'd be cool if you did.
Yeah, another one was Contagion. Anyone heard of that? We picked it up and it's got a good cast. It's got like
Contagion.
Matt Damon, Lawrence Fishburne, Jude Law.
Judy
Oh,
Dench.
I
I said Judith Law. Judith Law. It's got
His sister.
Jude Law's mum. Yeah, and I was like, I've heard it's alright, but I don't know. Anyone has seen it?
Contagion. I think I've heard of it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never seen it. I think I've heard of it.
And then we picked up a Stephen King novel adapted movie called The Green Mile, which up until Saturday I'd only seen bits and bobs
Really?
of,
Wow,
and actually
that's
watched it
amazing
from start to
film.
finish.
Amazing.
What an incredible movie!
Yeah, it's
Was you a little bit like,
Books
oh
even
shit at the
better,
end?
Yeah.
One of those movies that
You
makes
do.
you well up at the end a
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
bit.
well,
Like, fuck off, tears.
it's a movie you're a bit like, you know, you're not necessarily crying, but you get to that stage
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you can feel all the moisture
Yeah.
going through your nasal cavities and you're a bit like...
Yeah.
And this ain't gonna happen. Get back in there, tear.
That was a very good movie, wasn't it? Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Get back in there.
Who wants a cup of tea?
No, it's a great film. Isn't
Yeah, I couldn't believe I'd
it?
never
John
like.
Coffey.
Yeah, amazing.
the book's even better.
Is it?
Yeah, I picked. I remember reading it actually at work when we was
right.
doing on our breaks, and I read it there.
I remember I read it when it first came out because he wrote it in parts. He didn't know where the story was going, so he was getting each part as it came out each month.
Oh, I just got it in
It's like-
one go.
What about,
Really good
what
book.
about again Tom Hanks? Amazing as usual. What about when
It's
he's
just
got
Tom
when,
Hanks, you expect that
when
from
he's got
Tom
that
Hanks.
urine infection and then he grabs him and he can piss again.
Well, it's
properly. He's
actually
like,
a link.
"Ah!"
You've got a link for Green Mile and Punisher because the dickhead guy was it Percy?
Yeah,
Was
Percy.
he- who fried the guy without the sponge on.
Yeah,
He's in
the
Punisher Warzone.
He was a
Yeah.
knob, wasn't he?
It's,
I hated his character.
Looney Bin
When you're
Jim.
supposed to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking hated him. You little knob.
Mate, that scene. Spoiler alert. When Mr.
Delacroix,
No,
the French guy.
the mouse.
Mr.
Mr. Jingles.
Mr. Jingles.
Yeah,
Jingles. Go on,
Mr.
Mr.
Jingles, don't he? Rolls the little spool,
Yeah.
and then it goes from outside the cell, and the mouse, and he just
Oh,
goes.
fuck.
You're like,
Yeah.
Get out, Mr. Jingles! Like, literally, it's me and my girlfriend watching it, and we're just sitting there, and he stamps on it, we're both like, oh my god! Like, legit reaction
Have
from
you
that.
not seen it either?
No, I think
Wow.
she's like me, seen bits of it, like, obviously
Missed it 9 years ago.
obviously
That's
knew about,
amazing.
like, John Coffey, and I knew the character, and I knew the bit about the sponge, and I knew sort of the main story, but I'd never kind of sat down and watched it from start to finish. Yeah.
He brings it back to life, don't he? Does it? I can remember.
Yeah,
does it?
yeah.
Does it last? Lives for years, don't it?
Yeah,
In the end,
he's still got it when he's an old man. He's
Yeah.
still got the mouse
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
that's his whole
Fucking
sad
great.
thing. Is like if the mouse has just lived this long, fuck's sake, how long am I going to live?
Yeah,
he's a bit like,
yeah.
There's quite a few actors who are in that. They're in
Yeah.
Shawshank Redemption as well.
yeah.
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 What about
He
that?
likes
What
to use
about
the
that?
same because it
what
was
about
Frank Darabont, same director. Who
What
did
about that naughty
Oh,
one?
was that? I didn't
The
know.
one who's fucking got him in trouble in the end or something. Who just pretends he's comatose and then he fucking starts.
Oh,
and I'm
bloody
like,
Sam
"Whoa!"
Rockwell.
Yeah.
Sam
Yeah,
Rockwell's
yeah.
amazing.
He
in
was-
that
He's
film.
brilliant at that. He's
Well,
like a
very
real
good
badass.
actor, yeah.
He's a right
Yeah.
badass. I love it.
And then when you realise at the end, it's like, oh, he's the one who killed the fucking Jew.
Yeah.
You little cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was great. The whole moon pie thing.
Yeah, that was great.
I know
yeah.
it was racist what he's doing at the bloke, but it was just kind of funny. And the whole piss on me and get the hose pipe out.
Yeah.
Because that guy was he's Dale in Walking Dead because that was Frank Darabont again.
Right,
directed
okay.
it. So he likes using the same actors.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Great film.
Again, the Punisher Warzone.
I've got that on DVD years ago. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it again the other night.
Never seen it.
It's not a brilliant film.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's some good moments in it, but it is the best portrayal of Punisher in a movie.
Oh, is it? I thought
Out of
the first
three.
one was supposed to have been better.
The one with Thomas Jane.
Was that the just shit one? I thought that was
No, the shit
the
one's the
better
Dolph
one.
Lundgren one. The Thomas Jane one's okay, but they took all the non-Punisher parts from the
Right.
comics where he's just chatting to his neighbours, and they got those right. But the Punisher side of him, I don't think they got
I
it
can
right.
remember the computer game was quite. You could do like.
Oh
Punisher
yeah,
doing bad
like
things
smashing
and
people
stuff.
through glass and then
Yeah.
slamming killing them off and
That's it,
torture
yeah.
them. But yeah, the film's okay. It's not brilliant, but it is the best screen adaptation of Punisher.
Yeah, I'd heard like a couple of guys on a podcast talking about it, and they're saying like it's the best of a bad bunch, basically. And I just saw it there. Somebody was selling it for 50p, and I thought, you can't really go wrong for 50p. So I tweeted you the picture, and Joe tagged you as well.
Yeah, I did see it.
Any thoughts, guys? Just as if you'd have gone, yeah, it's amazing. I probably would have put it on. But
that's what we should have done.
Yeah.
Even though I've not seen it. Yeah, it's amazing.
I'd watched it again that night because you'd made me think about it. I was like, oh, I'll put it on and
Yeah,
watch
I've
it.
had it ages and I've never seen
check
it, so
out.
I should check
There's
it
some
out.
cool moments in it. Like the guy's there's a cop in there who wants to question someone, and Frank Castle just walks in and shoots the guy in the face with a shotgun. And like, oh, Frank! It's like,
Oh, again, Frank! Hell, every...
not in the face.
but it was like, it's just
Sorry.
what the Punisher does.
Sorry.
Punishers.
There's the odd bit that's retarded where he's hanging upside down from a chandelier and he fires his guns and it makes the chandelier spin around so he can take out the goons. Like, that's a bit cheesy.
That would happen though, wouldn't
It's,
it?
I'd do it.
physically possible.
I'd do it and shoot my fucking own foot off or
It was
something.
cheesy, but you could kind of...
I'd shoot my own foot off.
Yeah, but movies like that, you have to
Yeah.
suspend your disbelief and kind of just believe what you're seeing on screen because it's it's a comic book
you see it?
adaptation.
Yeah.
You're right,
Well,
It's not like that documentary, Lord of the Rings.
Can you see you're right?
I can. I'll quickly run, as we're still talking movies, and we mentioned Punisher and Lucy, I'll go through the rest of the films I've watched this week. I've watched, I think it was a Japanese... I'm alright, Jay, I got it. Thanks for the light. Called Tamami...
It's all dirt.
What the fuck?
We're all illuminating Mark for those of you who can't see, which is everyone.
It was a Japanese film called Tamami Baby's Curse. It's basically what happens if a 15-year-old has to fight a mutant
Fuck.
baby, who would win.
But you're all beating me.
God, I'm all fucking lit up here now.
Oh,
Gonna have
lit up.
moths and shit all over me.
Oh, the fun we're having that you can't see listening to this right
Holding up
now.
phones.
Now Mark can
iPhone.
see.
Yeah. So what are you talking about? Tomato Baby?
Tamami Baby's Curse didn't really work for me. The puppet was... It looked like something like that, a Puppet Master or whatever. It wasn't good for a Japanese film. Another Japanese one I watched was Battle League Horomo. It's almost a school romance, but the difference is there's an after-school club. What they do is it's kind of like Mahjong. You got the north, east, south, and west schools, and they all meet up and they have these creatures called Horomo, which are these little dwarf things that come up to your shin, and they all battle each other to appease the gods. So it's quite quirky, quite.
I thought you were
Very,
naming a
very
character
quirky.
there, Yishin.
You should.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I don't know who Yishin is. Is that a character?
I watched the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie again. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then I watched season 1 of it again because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
I watched a film called Dead Mine, which was the only reason I watched it. I'd seen it cropping up a lot of times on my Amazon recommendations, and I watched it because I looked it up and I found out the director was Stephen Scheel, who directed Mum and Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
So I thought I'd check it out. It's not brilliant. It's one of those,
Mum and
sport
Dad
rich
was-
kid.
Mum and Dad
Mum
was
and Dad was
brilliant.
awesome, yeah. It's a sport rich kid and has some goons, and they go out to find some old bunker. But nice, it was an old Japanese bunker rather than doing an old jerk Nazi bunker
Yeah,
kind
as
of thing.
usual,
Which
yeah.
it was okay, but it wasn't. Did nothing surprising, nothing I hadn't really seen done before. I watched a really good video game to movie adaptation. If anyone remembers on the DS, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
What?
No.
It made.
Oh, I do remember.
It was a bit
It's
of a-
DS game, yeah.
Yeah, you had to. You was Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and there'd be a crime. You'd go and investigate the crime scene, talk to people, and then it'd be you in the courtroom. And the whole gimmick was you'd use the microphone so someone would present evidence, and you can be like, "Objection!" and then put your evidence forward. And you felt a bit of a dick shouting it. I played it at work on silent, and when I completed the game, it wouldn't let you finish the game until you shouted "objection." So I closed my DS and hoped my battery lasted so I could get home and go "objection." But the film was all right. I quite liked it. And then the best film I've watched all week was directed by and written by a guy called Kerry Douglas Dye, and it was called Ultra Christ.
Sounds amazing.
Fucking loved it.
Why have I heard of that?
Because I mentioned it the other week.
Yeah, I was going to say. On
our podcast, I think I said-
This is a passage from the Bible.
Yeah.
That's how you remember it.
Jesus comes back, and no one he can't kind of relate to people when he realises superheroes are popular. So he meets someone, he makes him a spandex outfit. It's the budget what we would have. It's fuck all.
Zero.
Great then.
But it's honest. They're not trying to do anything other than what it is. And I like the fact he doesn't understand things. He's a bit like Forg in a way, of that fish out of water. So they've made him the costume, and he's like, "Oh, I really like it. Why's it got this T on the front of it?" And they're like, "Oh, it's the crucifix, the symbol of Christianity." He's like, "What? Oh, I hate the crucifix.
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah.
Why is that the symbol?"
And now we're to it.
And there's little lines of like, "I've got to go. There's a sin being committed," and he runs off. And it's like, I fucking loved it. So I've looked it up on Amazon, and it was £1.60 and then £1.20 or something. It was less than £3 for a Region 1 import
Oh, there
and
you
the
go.
postage. I'm like, fuck, have it. brilliant film. Really liked it.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Great.
so there we go.
Result.
So I watched Lucy, as we've talked about. I watched The Green Mile, which we've also talked about. The Purge, which we've also talked about. But there's 2 movies which we haven't talked about this evening, but I have heard mentionings of them. Joe, you said about Sin City very briefly. It came out in the UK yesterday as we're recording it, and I thought I'd go and watch it. But beforehand, I thought I would watch Sin City 1, to get yourself familiar with the style and the story and what's happened and what might happen. And yeah, do you guys want to know what I thought?
I do.
Without spoilers, because
I don't want no spoilers because we're going to watch it.
I have read the graphic novel of A Dame to Kill For, so I know the stuff about Dwight prior to his face change and stuff.
Yeah, we covered some of it in a trailer review. I think it's weird. I'm trying to think of any words that aren't going to give anything away. But I think I romanticised the first movie to like it more than I actually did. When I watched it again, I was a bit like, it's a good movie, but it's a bit all over the place. This movie felt a bit more all-encompassing, so I felt it flowed a lot better. Whereas watching the first one, I got kind of bored during bits of it.
The first movie was 3 graphic novels put into one movie.
And it really felt like that.
And then some extras, isn't it?
Yeah, and this one felt more of a complete story. Like Dee, my girlfriend, she was like, yeah, the first one was alright, I like the style and stuff like that, it weren't distracting, but it felt like I was watching 3 different movies that kind of were like crashed together.
Yeah, well, they're all different stories, weren't they? All different stories.
Yeah,
because there was that yellow bastard, there was, I can't remember the Big Fat Kill or something, the Marv story. I forget what the Dwight one was called now, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think if they'd have maybe stuck to one story in the first movie...
I absolutely loved it first.
Yeah, but I did, but I romanticised it, and I thought it was a lot better than it actually was.
Do you think, though, Mickey Rourke's Marv face looks less weird than Mickey Rourke's real face?
Yeah,
it really does.
But in the new one, he's like a bit chunkier. It looks really weird. It's like Marv's messed up face, but a bit like fatter. It's really weird.
Which is nice because it's a prequel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know how he lost the weight, whether he got beaten up or had a fight or anything like that. But I thought number 2 was a more all-encompassing story. So therefore, I liked it better, but there were elements that weren't as good. Right. But overall, I think you guys will enjoy it anyway.
Well, I'm going to go and watch it tomorrow night.
I think I'm watching it in the daytime.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to go and see it in 3D though, because that's all it's doing at our local cinema. So I'll give that a go.
Yeah, that's.
I don't usually care for 3D, but if they're showing it and it's no extra charge, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
As long as you already got the glasses.
Yeah. And the Wednesday, so it's £5.50. You go and watch Sin City 2 in 3D. Yeah. No brainer, really.
So on chapter, or at least volume 24 of the Chapskip podcast, we shall talk about Sin City 2 with spoilers, assuming all of us have seen it. Yeah, so we'll make that everyone's homework. Yay, I did my homework!
Well, you've still got to watch Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer.
I've still got to watch that, yeah. I've still got to watch Dororo and any future homework that we set for each other this week.
I've still got to watch that.
Avatar. You didn't watch it from months ago.
Avatar and the other one. I was really enjoying what you recommended.
Oh, Wolf Children.
Yeah, I was really enjoying that. It just...
Yeah, you never got around to finishing that, did you?
Cool. Right, so we've talked about movies for quite some time. How about we talk about some movie lists? Now, it's quite dark in here. Obviously, you guys out there can't really get the feel for
fire to your armchair, Joe, to get some illumination.
Why don't we ask people out there to get me some light bulbs?
Yeah. Do you have any light bulbs?
Yeah, but it's not all plugged in, isn't it?
So your light works, but you just haven't plugged it in?
If you want to...
In the evenings, you just sit here in the fucking dark.
No, my hallway light open. I have my door, what I've marked open.
Do you want to open the door?
I have my TV on.
Right, before we start just talking about light and not talking about movies, if you want to get a sense of what's going on here at Chapter Skip in the darkness, you can go on over to our Twitter page, which is twitter.com/chapterskip. I took a picture of Mark whilst he was talking in the darkness, and you can kind of get a feel of what's going on.
You said that last week. I didn't see the photo of me making cups of tea though.
Did I post it? I think I posted it. I thought I tagged you in it as well.
Was it on the Chapter Skip page?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it. Didn't find it.
Oh, maybe it didn't send through.
Phew.
Anyway, we'll probably cut all that shit out, but movie lists. The man with the movie lists, his name is Chud, and he's got a movie list.
Oh yes, this week I've got.
Is it a top 14?
It is. It's the top 10. Shut up, you cunt.
It's the top -3.
Top 10 most hated actors.
And then we
Johnny Depp.
Well, I'm going to start from number 10.
No, why don't you let us?
quiz show.
Why don't you let us just try and guess one, and then we'll see if it's in the list.
Okay.
Orlando Bloom.
No,
Oh, you're
no,
saying.
he's not in there.
And you're saying.
Johnny Depp.
No, he's not in there either.
Oh no, I'm just trying to think. Oh god.
Joe Mason.
Steven Seagal.
No, that English
really?
guy.
Jude Law. Judith Law.
English guy.
But no, don't help. Who Grant?
No. Well, okay.
Go on.
So, what's that? Number 10, Mel Gibson.
I guess he's
With his
hated
whole
because
religion
of,
thing that it is.
Yeah, but
His
it's
whole
not just because
anti-Semitic thing.
it's just generally they're hated.
Yeah.
So it's not for their acting.
It's not just that. We just hate you.
Yeah, you're just a bit of a twat,
I
really.
think he's
bit of a
done some
twat.
pretty good films.
He has,
so,
he's
you
done some
know,
very good
I
films.
generally
Name them.
like watching Mel Gibson.
Mad Max.
Lethal
amazing
Weapon, Lethal
films.
Weapon 2.
Mad Max
not
was
the rest
amazing.
of
The
them.
original.
Braveheart.
Mad Max 2.
Yeah, Braveheart.
Oh, and he.
Yeah, Braveheart was brilliant.
What's the one with the Aztecs?
Ransom was good.
But he's not in it.
Apocalypto.
Apocalypto. Fuck
Oh,
it.
that was
Anybody
an
enjoy-
amazing film.
Really? good film.
Anybody enjoy Ransom? That was good.
No.
The Beaver.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
Beaver. Just like his porn career.
Didn't it have like a puppet beaver that he talked to, or he pretended he got like a split personality or something?
The Beaver? What? You made that up.
It sounds like you're just making that
You're
shit
just
up.
making it up.
Do you have a
Right,
dream?
I'm gonna, whilst you talk about the
You're
top
going to
10 hated-
Wikipedia Mel Gibson's Beaver.
Oh!
Image search.
He was great in Surf Park.
Pick him nipples.
Yeah.
Oh, number 9, with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, I can understand
There's
that.
a lot of people just dislike her because she's so.
Yeah.
She's just in love with herself, I think, isn't she? Holy shit! That was a beautiful film.
Oh my
You
god.
just drew that, didn't you?
No!
You just photoshopped quickly.
Yeah,
There is
really,
an
really quickly.
quickly.
Really quickly.
There was an actual movie starring Mel Gibson called The Beaver.
What's it-
Came out in 2010.
What's the
Directed by Jodie Foster.
Wow, what's the plot on it?
Fuck.
What's
It
the
sounds like a dream, doesn't it?
What's its rating?
What? Oh, I don't believe
rating?
it. Hang on, right. The Beaver is a 2011 drama film directed by and starring Jodie
Drama.
Foster, written by Kyle Killen and starring Mel Gibson, Anton Yelchin,
Really?
who's from Star Trek
Yeah.
as...
And Odd Thomas that we.
Yeah, Odd Thomas.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence!
Wow.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
What's the plot?
If you can find out the rating or something, then
I
I'll.
can't believe he's talking to a fucking beaver.
Oh, when you said a drama, I'm like, surely that's a comedy.
The
not
rating is 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
What's
Oh,
the meta?
wow.
It's got a meta score.
What's that?
Is this going to be additional homework
Did
now?
you just say?
Oh, Meta,
Did
60
you just
out of
say
100.
you got a meth score?
Yeah,
meth.
What's your
Yeah,
meta score?
it's
What's your
blue.
meth?
Blue man. A troubled husband and executive adopts a beaver hand puppet and his sole means of communicating.
Garrison.
It doesn't say
Hello,
comedy, it
Mr.
says
Garrison.
drama.
It sounds like a
Hey,
South Park
Hey,
episode.
Mr.
doesn't it?
And
Head.
it's directed by Jodie Foster.
Hey, Mr.
So
Head.
is our homework going to be to check out Jodie Foster's Beaver?
Hey, Mr. Head.
Check out Mel Gibson in Jodie Foster's Beaver.
That sounds good.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Head.
Hey, Mr. Beaver. Hey, Mr. Gibson. I don't like Jews. Me neither.
I don't either. I'm not being racist because you're saying it and you're a puppet.
Anyway,
But Johnny Depp's not on that list.
No, he's
what
not.
the fuck?
I'll get through the fucking list. Just get Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell, he's only on 9, bless him, look.
Fucking. Alright,
And
number 8. Shut up.
Who's number 9?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, yeah,
I was going to
sorry.
say Mel Gibson, but no.
Yeah, Mel
Okay,
Gibson's from 1 to 10.
Number 8. Robert Pattinson.
Ah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
he's
but
a
he's
terrible
only-
actor.
Shovel face.
Well, no, I think he's only hated because he is in Twilight. And
No, he
people-
done that shit about an elephant, didn't he?
That was alright.
shit about an elephant.
Shit about it.
That's a great
I don't know what it's
title.
called.
What for
Shit
elephants?
about an elephant.
It wasn't a bad movie.
wanna
Christoph
see-
Waltz was good, isn't it?
I want to see
Christoph
shit
Waltz is
about-
good in anything.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I want to watch that at cinema.
Fucking great.
Wasn't a bad movie.
Shit about elephants.
It is a bit of a sop fest,
Yeah.
and you know,
Did
it's
you
when
cry?
you, yeah.
Amy saw
Like
it, and
a
I'm
baby.
like, looks like a load of bollocks to me. It's
Do
got a
elephants
Twilight
die?
in it.
Do elephants
It's got
die?
that Twilight cunt.
Elephants die. Do elephants die in it?
Did the elephant
I
sparkle
can't
in
remember.
daylight?
I can't remember anything. It's just Christoph Waltz, I think, beat up Reese Witherspoon or whoever's the girl. I can't
Who's
remember.
Reese, and why did he beat her up with a spoon?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I didn't want to sell that joke, but I can't believe you did.
Ba-da-boom.
I was just going to leave it there for the internet just to dwell on that. Thanks for laughing at it,
I can't help it.
Thanks for that, Chad.
I like shit jokes.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Number 7 is I've never heard of this dude, Tyler Perry.
I've heard of him.
That sounds.
Black American comedians.
heard his
I'm
name
guessing
somewhere.
comedian. From the films I saw that he's done, I've never seen any of them. He's just
Tyler Perry.
never heard of him.
Okay.
Luke Perry's brother.
I don't think
My brother from another mother, by the sound of it.
IMDb.
Yeah, Tyler Perry movies.
He was in The Beaver.
He was the beaver.
He was the beaver. Yeah, I don't think he's been in anything that we've seen. Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
No.
The Single Moms Club.
No.
Yeah.
You're not our demographic here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 6, Hayden Christensen.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Hayden Christensen.
Star Wars.
Criticism.
Christensen.
That's
the
I had a
one.
thought that there's someone who I'd put in that list and it's fizzled out my fucking brain. Never mind. It might come
Christian
back.
Bale.
No. Oh yeah, well. That wasn't it.
Number 5, which actually at first I was kind of like, really? And then when you think about it, it's like, Miley Cyrus, who's actually did actress before. She did music.
Can she be called an actress?
Oh no, she's all
done
Hannah
Disney.
Montana
Is
style.
that acting?
Yeah, she done yeah.
But she's fairly well hated.
I think
isn't
as
she?
Miley Cyrus, she's a better actor
Yeah.
than she was Hannah Montana because she's just a complete nut.
Yeah.
She's fucking like the female version of Mel Gibson, isn't she? Next
It
she'll
all
be
helps,
bloody
doesn't it?
have her beaver talking, won't she?
It's all good publicity, bad publicity, innit? That's what they do.
Pretty much does anyway.
Number 4, Pauly Shore. I fucking hate Pauly Shore.
Oh, I'm from California, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, but Pauly Shore wasn't good.
Give me some
He's done it.
skin or
I've
something.
only seen 3 films he was in.
I-
California Man,
Yeah.
Son-in-law, and then he done.
He's done one in the dome where he's in
He
a
done one
dome.
called Pauly Shore Must Die.
And he done one where he's in a dome sort of thing.
Oh,
And it's not under the
Biodome,
dome,
that's with,
Biodome.
one of
Remember
the
that?
Baldwin brothers.
Yeah. Biodome.
It's just irritating. He hasn't done anything.
He
for a
done
long
one where he
time,
plays
I think.
himself.
Today, give me some skin.
I think his career died most of the
It's in his, all his gimmick was pretending to be a weasel.
Hey. Yeah, just that like, yeah.
I'm guessing from Sean's lack of commentary, don't know if what
Yeah,
it is.
it's
You don't know
completely
who
over my
he is?
head.
You'd recognise him if you see it.
What else has he been in? You can say what Sean would have seen.
That's it.
He hasn't
Yeah,
done
have a little
anything
look,
lately.
Sean, and you may go,
I
oh,
think I
I've seen
saw
that.
it, I'm sure it was called like The Death of or Pauly Shore.
California
Must Die
Man,
or
you never seen
something.
that with Brendan Fraser? It's a great film when you was a kid.
Or if you're American, Encino Man,
Encino.
because we don't know Encino over here.
No, a Goofy movie, Jury Duty, Pauly Shore's dead,
Oh,
In the
okay.
Army Now, Biodome, Son-in-Law, Inicho Man. No,
He
never heard
does
of any
stand-up
of
as
them.
well, I think.
Yeah.
Just looking at his face,
He
I
was a
don't really know who he
90s
is.
comedian sort of thing.
Yeah, he looks like a prick.
Looks like a prick.
And coming in third, Anne Hathaway, which I didn't realise people really hated her.
No, I didn't. Well, did she like kind of redeem herself when she played Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises? People are about, you're a twat, and
know
they're like,
she was-
oh, hey, pretty good.
I know she
What
was
did
known
she
for
do?
doing like gawky
Yeah,
sort
I've not
of
really seen a lot, I
roles.
don't think, before. Catwoman, when she was Catwoman.
Again, I think she's a little bit out of our demographic. She does chick flicks.
Yeah, she was in Les Miserables, which I was forced to watch.
Is that any good?
But she shaved her head, so got
that
to
any
give her
good?
points. No, it's
She's
fucking awful.
She's done a Britney Spears.
It's all singing their way through everything.
You guys should be able to
I know
guess
it is, I've got
number
on.
2 and number 1. We've talked about number 2. a
When?
little
What,
bit.
today?
Mel Gibson.
No,
today?
not today. No, we haven't mentioned him today. This is
Him?
Number 2 is a dude, and we have spoken
And
about.
alright,
and
is he
all
a
of us
big
seem to
actor?
dislike him.
Sylvester Stallone.
No. What's Sylvester Stallone's not hated.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's just
He can't talk properly.
That's not a reason to hate somebody.
Stroke.
We haven't mentioned
Arnold
how much of a dick he
Schwarzenegger.
is. He was
Bruce Willis.
No.
We're not going to do this without a clue, Chad.
Yeah.
Is he a big actor?
And don't do it by mine, because people listen to the podcast.
Is he like a well-known Hollywood actor?
Yes. Yeah, he's fairly.
Kirk
well.
Douglas, Charlie Sheen.
Kurt
He
Russell.
used to be in
Morgan
the
Freeman.
kids TV
In a
series.
kids' TV series.
What was the kids' TV
And he's a
series?
massive-
called?
Even
Hollywood.
Stevens.
I don't
I
know.
don't
the
fucking
hell?
know. No, help! None of us. Is that American? We don't know
You
that.
don't
Where are you
know
going
that?
here?
Shia LaBeouf.
Ah!
I don't know he's done a kids.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
You could have said he's gone mental lately or something like that.
Likes to wear a bag on his head.
Yeah,
and fight tramps from McDonald's.
You could have said he just
He
gone
ran past
crazy.
Sean. Sean missed his opportunity to twat him.
I did, yeah, unfortunately.
He got famous.
He
for
came
that.
out, yeah, number 2. Number 1 is a female actress.
What was it? Judi Dench.
No.
Helena Bonham Carter, just to keep Sean happy.
Judith
Oh,
Law.
that'd be brilliant if it was her.
Oh, yeah.
Sean, I know you think she's hot.
Not Scarlett Johansson.
No, not Scarlett. Oh, you used to think she was hot. I remember.
People hate Dame Mirren.
Drew Barrymore.
Jennifer Aniston.
No.
Jennifer Lopez.
No.
Jennifer
She's universally disliked in films.
Britney
and she
Spears.
acts like a plank.
She has worked in
She's
films.
the most wooden actress you've ever seen in a fucking life.
Fucking hell.
She's got one emotion.
The one who got done for thieving.
Oh, I know.
No, we're Winona Ryder.
Demi Moore. Demi Moore.
I know who it is now.
Her.
The star alongside Mr. Pattinson?
Yes.
In a Twin
Oh,
Peaks
right,
fucking
yeah.
vampire movie?
Oh
Yeah.
no, her. Oh, like she's fit as fuck.
Yes.
She is, isn't she?
She is an attractive
Remember
lady.
when we watched? And
don't
I was
think
like,
she
man,
is.
you got to
Any
check that
film
out.
that
And he was
she's
like,
in,
yeah,
she's-
she's hot. And that.
Have you seen
Also
her in,
Don't say Into the Wild.
Adventure.
She's like 15 in that.
Was it Adventure?
Adventureland.
Adventureland. I remember I told you what, and you was like, yeah, that's right. I was just like,
Yeah, yeah.
she's fucking awesome. In
Yeah, a
that.
few of the movies are right. Yeah, she does have one emotion.
Stunning. And I was just like, I love you.
Maybe it's because
Was she in
I'm
that?
older that I don't find her attractive.
Was she in that
but-
film where there's got Michael Cera in it, and it's they go looking for the band in New York? Was that her or not? Was that a different actress?
No, are you thinking of Nick and Nora's Infinite
Yeah, that was a
Playlist?
different
No,
actress.
That was
wasn't it?
Kat Dennings, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering if it was her or not. I can't remember.
No.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
she
I don't think
hasn't
I've
got that
ever-
much range.
I don't think I've ever seen anything she was in.
She was in that,
Other than the
what's the Alexander
cinema scenes.
Supertramp film?
Super.
Alone in the Wild? Alone or
Into the Wild.
Into the Wild.
Yeah, she was
She's-
like 15 in that.
She's
man.
in that, and she plays it. She's just the same, isn't she? It's just like it must be what she's like in real life.
Yeah, I think she is a bit.
Oh,
like that.
Oh,
She's
that
coming in
film
number one.
where he goes, what Sean Penn done?
Where he goes into the wild.
yeah.
Usually if
Sean
I,
Penn, what
if I
Sean
see a
Penn
film,
directed.
Yeah.
if I see a
Fucking
film
amazing
come out
film.
and it'll say starring so and so from Twilight, I'll be like, nah, fuck off.
It's actually
She's
she's got a bit
amazing.
part in it. She's not like.
Oh, she's the country singer.
Yeah. She was in
That's a
Snow
good-
White
it's
and
a good
Huntsman.
film.
You seen that?
Fucking brilliant film.
Does
I
that
love
just
that
look
film
like
when I watched it. It
for
blew me
the
away.
Twilight
It
generation?
made me want to get up and just go into
Boogie.
the wild, and then I went back to sleep.
Let's go into the wild. You took your dog for a walk.
It made you want to
That'd
go to
do.
the wild
That'd do
until you
for a day.
see what happened at the end. You think actually I'm just.
Yeah, actually, I'm not. That's a fucking amazing film, man.
Yeah,
It was really
Good
good.
film. You may enjoy that, man.
True
I don't
story.
know.
No, you're right.
Nah, of course he wouldn't.
No.
I like Ultra Christ.
What about that film what I said, right, I went to Asda the other day,
Oh yeah.
and I said Death Factory, and I was reading it and it looked fucking cool, it did look awesome. Got home, watched the YouTube trailer for it, it looked shit. The plot, right, is that these people get lost in the storm, so they have to go into a serial killer wax museum. And then they're like, oh, let's play a game or something.
Let's
Something
play
happens.
with the Ouija board.
That's it, or something like that. They just
Ouija
laugh.
boards are
And
like,
they all come alive. So
you
you've
know.
got John Wayne Gacy, all fucking Richard Ramirez, Ed Gein, running around like killing them, but it looks shit. But I might still watch it. But it
You
did
told
look
me and I saw the
terrible.
trailer and thought, yeah, it looks shit.
It did.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, it looked terrible, but yeah, Death Factory.
Talking about terrible things to do, I was trying to wind up my daughter this week by telling her that if her baby brother's naughty, I'm going to put him in a dustbin. I know
Garbage bin.
he's only 3.5 months old, but she was like, I'm just winding her up. She's like, no, and then she had this idea in her head that all babies that are silly or naughty get put in bins, and then they all go to this one place, but they have to be
in some
careful.
countries.
They have to be careful of the dust baby monster, which is a creature made of dust, and it will look in bins, and if it finds a baby in the bin, it will eat it.
That could be a kid's
And that was all
story.
her own creation.
That could be a kid's story.
Like
millions.
Cookie Monster,
Like
but a
millions.
bit more dark.
So imagine when you go,
It's
where's
quite creepy, but well done. I'm glad to have a creepy daughter. at
Imagine
times.
if you went, where's the baby? And it's like, oh, you told me to put it in the bin. It's in the bin. It's like, no!
But it's not. I'm not always mean to my daughter and wind her up like that. And creepy
Just
stuff.
most of the time.
We went to Thetford today. I went on a nice hike through the woods and all this. Went on some walks and stuff.
Into the wild.
Which leads to
Pushed her in a puddle.
Yeah. Stood on her for a bit.
So don't stand in that puddle because an arm will come out and grab you or something.
Don't run
A
in the
swamp
water.
monster and a puddle monster.
Told her go touch the stinging nettles.
Oh God.
Just lick them.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
that's not true, by the way. No,
make a mud pie.
My daughter's awesome, and I wouldn't do anything like that. But I found a good Twitter thing that I'm now following. What do you call him? Someone who is a Twitterer. Twitter account. I found someone's Twitter account
Twitter account.
Twitter.
called @Ghetto Hikes.
Tweeter.
I don't know if you heard of that one.
Ghetto.
Ghetto Hikes. He's a guy who
It's a
takes
hike.
urban kids out on nature hikes and basically tweets the shit that they say. And I thought, they're of different
I bet this is brilliant.
ethnicities and backgrounds. I'd put some of my favourites, such as, is rabbits eatable, or are you just supposed to cuddle the fuck out of them?
It sounds like that Danny Dyer tweet fest.
That was brilliant, that Danny Dyer.
I'm not going to do an accent for random ethnicity kids, because
very, very.
I probably got in trouble last week for my Korean. So.
You missed out on that, Jeff.
Yeah, we missed out on us baiting Kim Jong-un.
10 minutes doing Korean accents.
And we're not being
Didn't
killed.
even cut it out.
Not being killed yet.
Anyway, let me do a few more of these. Says, if there's an avalanche, I'ma just hop inside a snowball and I'll see you all at the bottom.
What the fuck?
That took a while for you, didn't it, Jeff?
I like this one. This is what the guy was telling some kid was telling the guy that takes him out on the walks. You should bring girls out here to nature, sing Kumbaya or some shit, and just watch the pants drop.
Jesus.
Kumbaya. Like that's got in anyone's pants.
I don't know why this one
Sexual
appeared.
healing, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. Any Barry White,
Any Barry
maybe.
White.
Yeah.
Do you know that old guitar?
Oh.
We thought Tina was just over there having an asthma attack, but she's just choking on tree bark.
There's so many follow-up questions to that, isn't there?
3 more to go, and the last 3 are my favourites. We got Ernesto know all about plants and fungi and shit. His mama work at Subway. This one's good. This is a guy who helps a brother out.
Help a brother up.
Hey, I'ma leave this cologne out for the animals. Help a brother get some pussy in the mating seasons. And finally, on Ghetto Hikes, this is my personal favourite. How many of these mushrooms I gotta eat before I Super Mario the fuck out of this place?
That is a brilliant one. Great.
So I had to follow that. I'd found out about it and thought this is fucking hilarious.
I think
So
I might have to
I'm gonna
as
follow
well.
him. Yeah.
Excellent. Before we get out of here and set each other homeworks, like normal, I like to do a bit of research on the internet. You know, put in penis or something and see what comes up. Not really.
You put your penis in the internet.
But yeah, I put my penis
We've got more
into it.
penises.
So, I normally pick 3 kind of random stories and pose it to you guys to choose the best of a bad bunch. And this week, for you to choose for your oral pleasure is what I would like to call, I'd like a McChicken Swastika, please.
That sounds brilliant
The
already.
other 2 are going to have to be really good.
Number 2 is, hello ma'am, did you know you're dead?
Oh, I think I vaguely heard this one. Yeah.
And this next one, I'm just going to wait for it to load, so I'm going to build the suspense. And this is the only one which features penises. This is called The Penis Collector.
That sounds
I
like
think I've heard
a
of him.
film, isn't it?
Lives down the road,
I
doesn't
think,
he?
I think I've heard of him, this guy. Yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
the second story, I know
Yeah,
that
I've
one.
heard the penis one.
No,
I'm sure I have.
Let's go for the
I've
first
seen a
story.
video.
I like the
I want to
first
hear
one,
the
yeah.
first story.
Yeah, I want to
Swastika.
hear the first
The
one.
second story was a woman who was diagnosed as... She was proclaimed dead, weren't she? And she wasn't.
Basically, it's an old lady in Lincolnshire, not too far away from us here. I think it was in Spalding, so
Okay.
literally like half an hour down the road. She received a letter which said that she was dead. Yeah, she's
Oh,
like,
right, that's what
opens
the one
up,
I
it's
was.
like, hello ma'am, you're dead, you know, did you know? She's like, well, no, I didn't.
You turn up in person going, pretty fucking sure I'm not.
Yeah, this is me, aka not dead.
Imagine the
And,
crimes you could get
and
away with. Though.
Yeah.
If you think things and shit like that, they're going to think it's your fucking ghost.
And the
It looked like old
No, she's
Apple-
dead.
Yeah.
and the penis one. Is it just a guy who collects and if a man dies, he's going to give him his penis or something? And does he collect all sorts of penis? A German guy or something? I'm
He
sure
is
I've read about it.
Croatian.
I've seen a
And
video.
he's dubbed the penis collector.
Yeah, I've seen a thing. Like
Basically, he was arrested in a small city in eastern Croatia on suspicion of possessing a collection of human body organs. And basically, he's just got a shelf full of cocks and formaldehyde.
Oh yeah, I've seen a video.
And yeah,
It's fucking
he
mental.
he worked in a hospital, so that's how he got access
Oh,
to all
okay.
that. So he wasn't like a murderer or anything like that. He'd wait for people to die, but he just like
Oh, at least he waited
Wait.
for people to die. You didn't just
Wait.
wake up going, I need to come in from my athlete's foot.
Or you wake up and he's storing on your cutlery, mate.
My girlfriend thinks they got a stupid fucking DVD collection. Fucking hell, imagine if there's a cock.
You haven't seen my cock
Well, she
collection.
doesn't know one of your DVDs is like the secret lever that opens and there's your collection of
what should we watch tonight?
No, don't touch that one!
8-inch black cock?
Don't touch that one, please!
Small Asian cock?
My collection of clitorises in a
I can't
bean
find it.
tin.
That was quite good, I like that. Bean tin.
Right, so the story you
He got it in the wall. He got it in the end. He got it in the wall.
You know when you just think of something more and more and it just gets funnier the more you think about it.
Chicken my bean.
I like your. I can't find them.
So the story you guys have chosen is there's McDonald's in the US, has to be, doesn't it, that have had to apologise to a customer because they opened up their spicy chicken sandwich to see that a swastika had been drawn in butter in their bun.
God, I think that's fucking awesome. I know it's hot, like it's a bad thing, but I'd be like,
That's bad
is
luck, really.
crazy.
Also, they do that, not expecting the customer to open.
No.
I don't open mine.
I'd have to take a
Exactly,
picture of that shit. I'd be like,
But was it
what
an
the
intentional
hell?
swastika or was
Yeah,
it
but
just...
it's messing
Yeah,
about.
there's a
Messing
picture here and it looks pretty swastika-ish to me.
Because when it's in butter, doesn't butter melt into the bun? And just
Exactly, yeah.
Smudge of...
So you'd only see it if you literally opened up the bun, and this customer apparently was just gonna douse some mayonnaise or some whatever on it, ketchup, and they just opened it up, and there it is in its buttery glory.
All I can think of is that line out of oh god, the film I can't remember, Clerks 2, when they're going through the whole porch monkey thing, and the black guy's going, "You can't taste racism."
You can in this burger. But apparently the employee was soon fired because of it not really being in good taste, let's say.
And because he's a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, and because he kept Heiling Hitler all the time. What do you want? 2 packets of fries and Zig Heil?
I'll have the Muck Auschwitz, please.
Excuse me, could you tell me the time what the clock is over there?
Oh, my chips are cold. I'll just stick them in the gas chamber, shall I?
Holocaust jokes.
Any of them. Oh, we've not had a lot of penises, but we've had
too
lots
soon.
of racism. Jesus. Oh gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, strange people in the world, but I can imagine that's just an innocent joke gone wrong, can't you guys? I say innocent joke.
Well-
you know, they probably could have put a cock and been like, "Hey, it's just a cock.
Was
I
it
found
just
a cock in my
He
burger."
might have done that in the past 20 and just got bored and thought, oh, just fucking, oh look, it's a swastika, fuck it, never mind.
Yeah, he jizzed in the previous 20. Just that one.
There you go.
Oh, bloody hell!
You were lucky, sir. You didn't get the jizzy ones.
Yeah, you just got a nice little butter swastika.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. They butter their chicken burgers in America.
Yeah, the buns
You
at
don't
least.
get that shit over here.
I know, we just get dry old crappy buns, don't we?
That's why you see
Yeah,
quite
really
a lot
dry
of fat
chicken as
people
well,
liking the
yes.
butters. Buttery goodness. Butter.
You're going to check your burger next time you get
fuck
back.
it.
I want a
more
swastika
butter.
made out of butter and I'll fucking get it.
Or just sit there with your butter.
Excuse me, sir, I've got a swastika and butter in my bun. You haven't covered the whole bun. You've only put it in a swastika shape.
But don't worry, I've got some butter here.
Butter that shit.
So I basically look on the lower bun, so I'll put a dead Jew in butter, so mayonnaise. I've arranged the lettuce into a little sort of motif.
Montage of Hitler.
There's a foreskin.
Is that how they
chicken
recognise the
buns.
bloke? He had like this little lettuce under his nose and a little Hitler moustache.
You've got some mayonnaise just under your nose? Where? Oh,
I'm going to start checking my buns.
yeah.
Hope I'll get one.
Hope I'm good.
If you win, you win $6 million.
Yeah.
Did the bloke get anything then with the one? Did they do that? Oh, I was shocked. I'm going to sue you. 'Cause
No,
you've done-"
I don't think they wanted to take it that far. I think it was literally like, look, this is a bit stupid. What have you done? You've just put a swastika in a bun. It's kind of unacceptable, and I think McDonald's were like, yeah,
I'm
you can't
surprised-
really work here anymore. Go work for KFC.
Because that's kind of like quite a thing in America, isn't it?
Imagine-
That's why their cups at McDonald's have. These contents may be hot because someone spilt it on themselves at one point. And like, oh, I didn't know it'd be hot. It doesn't tell
There's
me.
actually a documentary on Netflix about that case.
Oh, right, okay.
There's more than meets the eye about that because it sounds very cut and dry. The way they explain it is a lady, she was driving, went through the drive-through, got a hot cup of coffee and put it between her legs and spilt it, and everyone's like, well, what you doing driving? You know, what you doing putting it in between your legs?
Yeah, what are you doing driving? You're a woman. You don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
didn't even ask for a coffee. I want a swastika
You're crossing
burger.
all sorts of lines tonight.
When I'm listening to this in the future with my lady wife, and she'll be pummeling me in the head. Like, bastard.
Pummeling you in the bun.
Women know how.
Imagine if
women know how to drive.
Imagine if like a neo-Nazi got that in his bun, he'd be like, "That's an awesome Happy Meal."
Yeah.
He'd be fucking loving it.
Neo-Nazis ordered Happy Meals.
That is amazing.
We're free. Hit the action figure. with action.
Oh my
Got a little
God.
switch in the back. You flick it, and his arm
It
comes up.
talks and that. Jesus.
Oh, that'd be an awesome Happy Meal.
Man, if we were in Germany, we would have still gone to prison by now.
How much for that burger? 99. There's no way we can go where we can go from here, is there? There's
Not really.
no redeeming
Like I
features.
said, it's not really cocks this week. It's more.
Yeah, more just casual racism and anti-Semitism.
Yeah, well, no, not really.
But if you guys want to check out, I think it's called Hot Coffee or something
Okay.
like
Yeah,
that.
I'll
So
check it out.
basically, the
I'll
story
check it
is the woman. Well, the apparent story is the woman went through a drive-through and spilled coffee on herself and sued McDonald's for like millions of dollars.
Wow.
But the actual story is she was with her nephew who actually drove through the drive-through. So she wasn't driving, and she got the coffee, and it was like in her hand, and it was like really, really hot, and like actually legitimately like scalded the inner thigh.
Oh, she didn't spill it, but the heat of it through the cup, you mean?
No, she did spill it, but like I think the car was stationary, so it's like, you know, a casual mistake that we all make. I drop things all the time,
Not like
you know,
you're driving
and it
along
wasn't
there.
like you can drop probably like boiling water on your foot and probably be like, oh, that really hurts, or you know, for myself, sometimes I catch my finger in my straighteners, burn my thumb. But this was like,
That's not here.
but you see the pictures, and like her inner thigh was like black with just like singed skin.
Right.
It was like legit hot, and that's the whole thing about it.
So
Like,
that was proper third degree.
yeah, probably like.
When they-
Temperature of the coffee was
That's
too
not
hot.
how I drink.
Oh, okay.
That's not how you
Because I
drink, you
found
silly
out
cow.
when they do the thing to say like someone had like 7% burns, 1% is basically the area your hand covers.
Oh, right.
That's how they measure it apparently.
Oh.
So that's quite a lot of. Yeah, I don't know how they've worked that out, but yeah, an area that your hand can cover is technically classed as 1%.
Were you just measuring your own penis
You
there with
were
your
going
hands?
to put your hand over yourself and be like, actually, yeah, that probably would be a hand.
About 30% burn from cock
Hand's quite
burns,
big.
from masturbatory activities.
Yeah.
So that's 5% on my hand, 1% on my hand, 20% on my cock. So, has anyone got any suggestions
cock.
as to movies that we can watch next week?
I thought you
Sin
said
City
something about
tomorrow,
Sin
so-
City, didn't you? You said that earlier about Sin City.
I was kind of joking because I said we can all watch it for homework, but I've already
yeah,
watched
No,
it.
because you're going to suggest that stupid fucking elephant film for me, and I'm not doing it.
Go watch any
Instead.
Wanks with elephants.
Or you could watch Into the Wild.
Go watch any Kristen Stewart movie.
Oh no!
Or you could watch Into the Wild.
Well, I think what's going to be easier, as we didn't kind of get around to any homework last week, and we actually really want to watch
I did.
Sin City, and, well, alright Joe, come on. Once in a while you did.
I did.
Yeah, we're all set to and or want to watch Sin City 2. Should we kind of make that as a homework so we don't have to kind of go too far out of our way? And what I'll do is,
You've still got a backlog anyway.
I've got a backlog. I've still got to watch Jack something or other, Monster
Jack Brooks.
Slayer,
Yep.
and Dororo, and I will watch Punisher Warzone as well.
Okay.
I've got that at home.
I will get around to. I know I said a little while ago I was going to watch at least one of those DVDs I picked up from the car boot, the shitty action movie
Oh,
ones.
right, yeah.
Still haven't done it, so I may get
with
through.
discount Wesley Snipes.
I'll go for that one. Yeah, the Rowdy Roddy Piper one.
They've made a piss take film of Expendables already. It's called The Extendables.
Expandables.
The Extendables.
They
yeah.
said expandables at the start, I think. They were action stars at the time. Now they're fat.
Right, they made a piss take film of The Expendables.
Yeah.
It's called The Extendables.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
There's a
shit.
free game on Steam called. Is it Expender Bros? And they're all like, what, like, Gunner Broson. They're all called like Bro something or other.
Broforce.
Broforce, that was it, yeah.
Robocop. Things like
I
that.
haven't played it yet, but it's like, it looks quite cool. I might have to give it- Rambro, yeah, it's stupid.
Is it free now?
Yeah, free.
I've heard that
Get that shit.
that Miami
It's like 12
Hotline.
quid normally.
Miami
Yeah,
Hotline's
alright.
supposed to be a really good game.
I've
heard of that.
Yeah,
They've just brought out. I read in a gamer magazine what I got from Seventh Hemp. Miami.
Shout out to Seventh Hemp.
Miami Hotline 2. I don't know. I've just seen it. I've never played it.
Release.
I've seen the rage quit of it.
All right.
You never seen it? No, you just got to go really. It's just like real shit graphics, and you got to go around really quick and kill people and hide in the rooms.
Speaking of tangents, what were we talking about?
Homework.
We didn't even talk about Expendables, did we?
Well, I'm going to play Broforce.
Yeah, we did. It was just said about it.
did,
Yeah, you said he was supposed to have watched it.
I was going to do it.
Alright, so that's where we went off from there. So, do you guys want to do that? Like a Sin City homework type thing?
Yeah.
Or...
As I'm doing that tomorrow anyway, hell yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, rather than put ourselves out to watch
Yeah.
these movies, which was kind of the point of homework, but, you know, as we've been quite lax as of late...
Someone else can suggest us a communal homework. Let someone offer us something to us in a comment or an email or whatever.
Why didn't you see if your mate who pushes the cat in the pram? Via,
Andy.
give Andy, yeah.
Pram cat man?
Andy, give us some homework!
No, because I won't do it.
Stop pushing your cat in the fucking pram.
I've missed something here, haven't I?
Oh, yeah. We'll explain it afterwards.
Yeah.
So that brings us towards the end of volume 23 of the Chapter Skip podcast. Thank you so much for checking in and listening to us ramble on about movies, penises, swastikas, animals, babies in dustbins, weird DVD collections, and other such nonsense. Yep, that too. We'll be here next week to do it all again. Same time, same place.
Same place.
Yep.
Same channel, Chapter Skip Podcast. So please subscribe to the Chapter Skip Podcast channel and to our main channel. We haven't really posted anything to that lately.
I've got a backlog of reviews I need to do. It's just when the summer holidays are over and kids are back at school sort of thing, then I'll crack
Excellent
on with some.
stuff. So watch out for that. Hit the subscribe button and check out the description for all our social media kind of sites. Facebook, facebook.com/chapterskip. Twitter, it's @chapterskip. I'll be posting a picture of Mark in the darkness, so go and check that out. And
Not the band The Darkness, we'd like to point out.
No.
You can in the darkness, yeah.
You can email us on chapterskip@gmail.com, and you can leave us a comment down below. So we'll just leave it there. On behalf of Chapter Skip, I'm Sean.
I'm covered in semen.
Every time.
Every fucking time.
I'm not racist.
And it was my semen.
We'll catch you guys again next time.
Bye!
Bye.